Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, January 27th, 2023, after 3 p.m. Eastern. As the Course in Miracles states, that which is real cannot be threatened. That which is unreal does not exist. So, what does that mean? It means that the body, these bodies, are not real. That which is unreal does not exist. So, and I know it's a little confusing for people, but these bodies that we're in are not real. But they are created and generated for us to inhabit, to experience physical life. The body can be threatened, right? That which is real cannot be threatened. That which is unreal does not exist. So when you look outside of yourselves, and you look at all the surroundings, you look at the planet, look at all the different things, what you say, well, these are real. I can touch them, I can feel them, I can hold them. They're all real. They got to be a real good facsimile, or we wouldn't be fooled. Okay? There is nothing more satisfying to the soul than the deep, profound feeling of deep, eternal love. When we open our hearts and allow ourselves to receive this divine experience, something very magical happens. All of our problems go away instantly. All that we see is how beautiful and amazing our lives actually are. Deep, eternal love naturally bubbles up from within us when we stop defending and protecting our egos. Now, understand the ego is an illusion. When the ego is guarded, it's living in fear of someone or some experience happening. And when we miss out on seeing and experiencing God, like the old saying goes, if you cannot see God in all, you cannot see God at all. When we can remain emotionally open long enough to experience deep, eternal love, we tap into one of the most sensitive aspects of human nature and discover that our hearts are open fully to have like a heart orgasm. Now, that's not, a heart orgasm is not prevalent, unfortunately. Maybe some people have had a few in their lifetime. Yet each one can be like nothing that you would ever experience before. Your body can be completely filled with bliss to the point that you literally could not move a muscle. It kind of would feel like your heart expanded 3 feet larger and extended outside of your body. The entire room seemed to be filled with a tremendous light. You would feel more healed, whole, and at peace on every subtle level of your existence. A heart orgasm is definitely one of the most amazing experiences you can have in this life. And everyone can. You can start by mentally preparing yourself for an orgasmic experience so that it can enter you emotionally and physically. It's similar to a sexual orgasm in the sense that you'll first need to decide you are open to receiving one first before you can relax enough and to physically let it occur. We certainly cannot force a heart orgasm to occur. This would simply limit its expansive effect. Just give your heart permission to experience more love than it can contain. This means you'll need to release any protective shields around your heart, which are keeping your heart experience small and limited. If you've been hurt in any relationship in your past, by your mom, your dad, your sibling, your lover or friend, there's about a 99.9% chance you have some shields or walls around your heart. You cannot have a heart orgasm if these walls are up. Decide to take them all down. Because when having them up, even though you're probably extremely used to it, it feels like a heavy weight sitting on your chest. It may seem very risky to let down these protective walls. Yet it's even more risky to live your entire life behind this emotional prison. Fear exists only in the mind. What was at one time in the past a needed shield of protection now has become an emotional prison. Life is filled with paradoxes. The scary feelings you once had soon become the gateway to experiencing more love. The one thing you were once running from suddenly becomes that which you are running towards. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. Most people in this society have learned to keep their shields up in public and even in private. They live as an ego that feels deeply insecure, so they need to pretend they are strong and resist being vulnerable and emotionally exposed. The ego is constantly afraid of losing control, being crushed, or taken advantage of. Sound familiar? It is quite ironic, yet when it comes to the true empowerment in this life, it actually takes a stronger person to let go of control and feel something they are afraid of feeling. You'll need to radically go against the beliefs of society if you wish to have a heart orgasm, as their fears will only keep your walls high and strong. Keep trusting, letting your guard down, allowing for any insecure feelings to arise, as each one is temporary and will soon pass. You'll know when the heart is no longer guarded, because a truly amazing phenomenon occurs. The people who once believed should be avoided at all costs suddenly becomes your life's greatest opportunity to grow, love, and experience a higher state of bliss. You realize that an open heart is a divine gateway to exploring an entirely new world. You'll create vulnerability so that you can have a much juicier, touching, and enriching experience of ordinary life. The typical trip to the store becomes an adventure in how you can let yourself feel your heart's true aliveness. You'll naturally reach out and let people into feel you and see the real you. You'll let them touch you so deeply that your heart becomes overwhelmed with tears of happiness you cannot contain. This all starts by allowing your heart to be more sensitive, open, and receptive to the God source, which is within everything and everyone. This divine level of love is bigger than anything you have ever dreamed of. The individual who is always expanding their limitations on love, who is constantly in the act of giving and receiving love, is the real master. The individual who is always expanding their limitations on love, who is constantly in the act of giving and receiving love, is the real master. The other person who is constantly hiding, protecting themselves from possible pain, is living behind a wall of a great misunderstanding. Who is it that needs protection anyway? This is only your ego, an illusory, limited idea of who you are. An illusory, limited idea of who you are. Be curious as to exactly which specific experience your shields and walls are protecting you from having again. What could happen if you let yourself dive through this experience to the other side? When you let down your guard, you can be deeply touched by anything. A flower, small tree, bird on a branch. Anything can move you. From this place, you'll gain a profound strength that allows you to enter into the experience of true orgasmic bliss. And that's where we're all heading. If you cannot tell if you still have walls around your heart, look towards the most intimate people in your life, past or present, and notice if there is any fear, anxiety, or tension that arises. Now, how you feel, notice how you feel when you are with them, and what your walls are protecting you from feeling. Write this feeling down, and then write it down what the opposite experience would be for you. For example, if you're protecting yourself from feeling sadness, then your walls are also blocking you from feeling joy. If you're shielding yourself from confrontation or anger, then you're hiding from feeling empowered and able. Notice what your pattern is, when it started, who it came from, and what it will take to be free from it. Don't judge yourself or this process, for it is imperative that we be super gentle with ourselves at this stage. Now, after much melting practice, eventually the walls will get into the habit of remaining down. And the heart opens enough where tears of gratitude can swell up inside you anything and any time during your day. You are ripe and ready for your first heart orgasm. It takes a true warrior to trust in this heart-opening process. Yet the levels of ecstasy you'll experience are guaranteed to be nothing like anything any of us have ever experienced before. This is very impactful and powerful for us because we are learning or rediscovering the parts of who and what we are. We drop our blocks. And as we drop them, they become more accustomed to being on the floor than on the table. So that you can use these 3 steps to opening your heart so much that it will take you into having the heart orgasmic experience. Now, for step 1, for 1 week, every night before you sleep, explore an honest communication with any walls or shields guarding your heart. The protection may be something specific, perhaps from getting hurt by a lover again. Or it could be just a general feeling of mistrust in the intentions of others. This step is all about getting to know the armor that you carry so that you can remove it. Tell your shields how it has done such a great job at protecting you, and thank them for keeping you safe from harm. This protection has served a purpose, and now you are safe to let it go. Let your shields know what you are already to trust the divine intelligence, deeply eternal loving universe on a deeper level now. And feel that it will provide all the real protection you'll need for your heart. You must first be free from any fear of getting hurt before you can feel the greatest heart orgasmic experience of your life. Find a creative way to feel completely safe from anything that could harm you from your past, present, or future. Surround your body with white light so you feel 100% protected and can bid your walls a big farewell goodbye. Now, 2, as often as you can throughout your day, rest your attention upon your heart center. Meditate on the space of your heart and open it to feeling the deep eternal love that is inside. Practice relaxing into your heart completely. Let go of your body. Relax as much as you can with it. Imagine that inside your heart is the most beautiful flower that is opening its petals to the sun. It is receiving warm golden rays of sunshine. Let this healing, deeply eternal loving light into your heart and let it spread throughout your body. Deep eternal love feels very similar to how the infinite light from the sun would feel after a long, cold, dark winter. Imagine feeling a golden white infinite light is shining inside this flower onto everyone and everything in your life. This light is eternal and never ends. The infinite connection inside your heart is a key aspect to having a heart orgasm. It keeps on radiating light, giving more and more love, especially when we think we cannot accept it. Step 3. Open yourself up to your lover, your best friend, or perhaps even a divine being in your inner world. Practice breathing this infinite light of love from your heart into theirs, and imagine your heart expanding so it's bigger than your physical body. Be patient with this unguarding process. The level you're willing to feel the prison your heart is in is the same level of freedom you'll attain. It may take hours, days, or months before you feel any real shift. Every day, continue practicing step 1 and 2 until all of your walls are down. Know they are done, they have done their job, and it's safe to stop protecting your ego. The more you can trust that who you truly are, the God source, needs no protection. The faster and easier your walls will come falling down. The more you can trust that who you truly are, the God source, needs no protection. The faster and easier your walls will come falling down. The more often we practice unguarding our hearts, the sooner we will start feeling a great lightness build up inside our chests. This is a good sign. We are all ready to receive our first heart orgasm. Know that it can happen at any time and with anyone, especially when you least expect it. That's how most things come to us anyway, when we least expect it. Now, how many times have you ever heard yourself or others say, I was never expecting this to happen? That's a good thing. We begin to understand that bliss is our very nature. It is the foundation of our existence. It is the meeting place where our souls and human essence connect. It wasn't until our minds were conditioned to believe otherwise that this connection was lost. That's what happened to us. We were programmed. Our memories were wiped and we were programmed by other people's thoughts. Bliss is our very nature. It is the foundation of our existence. It is the meeting place where our souls and human essence connect. It wasn't until our minds were conditioned to believe otherwise that this connection was lost. So, if we aren't feeling bliss every day, just know that this jubilant experience is buried underneath the busy preoccupations of our minds. When your mind gets quiet, calm, centered, and absorbed within the silent stillness at your core, you'll feel the bliss begin bubbling up again. It was always there since you were a baby, just waiting for you to slow down enough to rediscover it. It's vital that we realize our lives are meant to be this fun, empowering, manifesting adventure. Everything we want to manifest, love, money, health, sex, and our intimate relationships can and will be ours one day. We simply have to raise our vibration high enough to receive it. By exploring how to open this bliss valve within us, we will soon see our desires easily and effortlessly finding a way into our lives. Always remember deep in your hearts that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply our own false imagination. That's all. Robert Adams. And as Papaji stated, there is no way to freedom. A way means you have to start from somewhere and arrive somewhere. This is the deception of the mind. You don't have to go anywhere to find freedom. Forget about finding your way. You are already that which you are seeking. Papaji. Most people have spent lifetime upon lifetimes and lifetimes seeking, yearning, and hoping for that special something to manifest before they can truly relax and be happy. They feel that some unique experience has to happen first in order to find real inner peace. Feel deeply loved, be emotionally whole and healed, be spiritually free, financially abundant, or exquisitely happy on the inside. This deep unconscious belief is causing all of humanity to suffer each and every day. We have all completely forgotten how to rest, how to look deep inside, and feel into the roots of our deeper spirituality and consciousness that is beneath the mind. Remember, our minds are an illusion. Why does the mind exist then? That people have said, why do I need the mind? Well, the mind exists because of one thing: desire. The only reason it exists, desire. We have a long list of desires inside. Without these desires, there is no mind. Try it out. See for yourself. You'll see how even your own mind has become obsessed and addicted to searching and seeking for your own personal thing that will make your life even more perfect than it is. The mind is the ultimate seducer, and it will make you feel you to think that when you put in a lot of hard work and effort, and one day you will be done and arrive at the grand destination. Perhaps our minds believe happiness will come in the form of financial freedom, the ultimate lover, a perfect relationship, the winning lotto ticket, your dream vacation, better home, your ideal body, or spiritual enlightenment. Whatever the mind is desiring, it thinks that once you achieve that desire and arrive, then its job is finished. The reality is it is happy for a few moments, and then mysteriously, it starts wanting something else. The mind is so used to wanting and feeding from the fire of desire that it doesn't know any other route to find happiness. The truth is there is no end to this spiritual journey. The truth is there is no end to this spiritual journey. And as long as the mind is in charge, we will never find inner peace. Happiness is freedom from the desiring mind. The mind is a skilled, slippery con artist who is constantly keeping us away from happiness. It is working all the time like a desiring machine, which only knows three things: wanting, wanting, and more wanting. The mind turns inwards. The mind turned inwards is the self, turned outward. It becomes the ego and all the world, Ramana Maharishi. It's super ironic that the mind is constantly searching for something that'll cause it to stop searching. It is super ironic that the mind is constantly searching for something that'll cause it to stop searching. Deep down, it truly wants to be satisfied, yet it doesn't realize how simple it is. It would be deeply embarrassed to find out that all its years of constant wishing, hoping, trying to satisfy itself is what's responsible for every experience of being unfulfilled. The mind is totally unaware that when all wanting stops, deep fulfillment instantly comes in. If and when you find yourself constantly entangled in a web of never-ending desires throughout the day, you'll simply become a desire addict. There's just been a little habit installed in your software that causes you to love wanting things all day. This is just a temporary phase on the path to enlightenment. You can unplug from this mindset without therapy or drugs. It is possible. It just takes a bigger burning desire than what's on your list of desires. A super burning, hot, flaming desire to be free from all your desires. Can you imagine that? You have to choose to deeply want to find that which satisfies your soul and liberates you from the desiring trap forever. Let yourself burn up in this one desire, and you'll soon be finding a feeling of real peace that soothes your soul all life long. Now, I want to make something perfectly clear here. Energy, the energy of desire, is not a bad thing. It just creates a false sensation that we're lacking something. The truth is, we're not lacking anything. We have everything we need within us. And sure, we may want to pay our bills, clothe our bodies, and feed our family. Yet these are healthy incentives which gets us out of the house to greet the world each morning with our gifts and talents. Problem here is not desire, yet your attachment to it. When desire becomes the main juicy carrot that drives your entire purpose of being here on this earth, then the experience of suffering takes over your life. When desire is blinding us from relaxing into ourselves, realizing our real spiritual essence, helping us to know how deeply connected we are to the divine, then it is enslaving us instead of serving us. We make our list of outer desires more important than diving deep into our souls. It is distracting us and causing us to suffer. This life that we are all in right in this now is about learning the art of letting go, how to trust in the releasing process and feel your soul carry you on and on and on forever. We must choose to know exactly who we are if we are ever to conquer desire and be free. The cinema show. In a cinema show, you can see pictures only in very dim light or darkness. When all the lights are switched on, the pictures all but disappear. So also it is when, in the floodlight of the Supreme Self, all objects and desires disappear. Ramana Maharishi. So my invitation for everyone in this lifetime is to discover that special something that completely liberates us no matter what is going on in our minds. I want you to realize this special something is always within you. I want you to realize this special something is always in you and that it can instantly transport you beyond all the pain, agony, suffering that is being created by your mind. It's that one special thing that you can always rely on, no matter what, that will always bring you freedom, a feeling of bliss, and deep satisfaction inside. If you are ready to know the great secret to always remaining satisfied with your life, take one large step back from your list of desires and take one small step into your heart right now. How to step into your heart? How do you do it? Imagine that it's happening. However you visualize it is the right way that will work for you. You could simply place all your focus and attention on your physical beating heart right now, feeling a deep gratitude for its service to your life, and practice growing stronger in this thankful feeling all day long. You could also breathe into your heart, imagining it is opening up like a flower, spreading its petals to the warm, shining sun. The discovery to this heart-centering exercise is simply awareness. Be aware of when you're lost in the mind and its list of desires. Whenever you catch yourself getting sucked into the head, gently, without guilt, bring your energy back into the heart. One very important discovery on this path to enlightenment is not to try stopping the desires from forming in your mind. Okay? As this would be counterproductive to life. Our desires are already there and have been naturally changing and growing with you since you were a baby. They have a life of their own, and until they are satisfied or liberated, they will remain there pulling at you. So I simply invite you to take a step back from your mind and notice your relationship with your desires. Watch it very closely, intimately, and notice what honestly is your mind really, truly desiring. Ask yourself, what do you want more than anything in this life? If you were given one magic wish that would be guaranteed to come true tonight, what would it be? The answer you find will reveal what is the real purpose of your life and a root reason why you are here. What is the greatest experience you are after in your life? What is the greatest experience you are after why you are here? The answer you will find will reveal what is the real purpose of your life and a root reason why you are here. What is the greatest experience you are after in your life? Is it possible you can create a feeling that you're having arriving there right now? Be open. It might be something you can give yourself instantly instead of running for years and years and years. You can give yourself instantly. Instead of running for years after that carrot on that stick, be aware who is in charge of the relationship you have with your mind. Notice what answers you come up with and don't form any judgment whatsoever. So this invitation for you to find freedom from the desiring mind is very life-challenging and radical task. Right? It's a life-challenging and radical task. It is perhaps the most radical and challenging experiment you'll ever take on in your entire life. Yet try it out for the next 24 hours. See if you can step back 1 inch from this desiring mind. Call off your horizontal search for happiness and start resting and relaxing into this peaceful, fulfilled, desireless, vertical reality. This means to fully being present to the moment, watching each of your desires rise and fall away. Just for 1 day. Stop the addiction to desire, to the things of this physical world, and rest in your vast spiritual essence. Be free from the mind and be present to that energy, consciousness, and soul of which you truly are. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out of the mouth. Remain still. Stay present to consciousness. Thinking all the time is not being conscious. If and when you can fathom that, just take time to just be present in your body, to your breath, to your life. Your body is your home, not your head. So keep dropping down out of your head and into the heart. Do not participate in the drama of the mind. Take this with you for the rest of the day and the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here Saturday, January 28th, 2023, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. And tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for our Reverse Aging Health call. Be good to yourself, gentle, kind, humble, generous, and be in deep gratitude all the time, 24/7. We'll never run out of things to be grateful for.